Hi, my name is Mark, and today I would like to show you my design for a racing quadcopter. Today is July 16, 2016, beautiful day in San Francisco, by the way. So let's get to it. These are the parts I'm going to be using to build my racing quad. But before I get into that, let me give you a little bit of background with my quadcopter building experience. About 3 years ago, I wanted to design my own frame for a quadcopter, so I went ahead and bought all the parts for it except for the frame. I have these parts. This is a Taranis 1400 kV motor with, I think these are 7-inch props, some 2200 nanotech AC discharge batteries, Taranis 9X transmitter and receiver. So anyway, back to this. Oh, and also a KK 2.1 flight controller. I just recently completed this and tried to fly it about 2 months ago. So that was after 3 years I had the parts and it was in the works. And it did not fly. I don't know why. Maybe because it was the frame design. So that's where my parts go, by the way, and it gets covered by this and gets bolted in 4 corners. Maybe it's the frame design because it's only being held by that thin piece of plastic. It flexes this way, it twists that way. Also the motor supports are really thin. You can see it flexes up. Propellers hits the walls. Just all overall bad design. So it didn't fly. I was really frustrated with it. So I said, I'm just gonna build a whole new system. So, but I wanted to reuse some of the parts. And I've been seeing this frame in YouTube a lot, and it was really cheap. I think it's only 20 bucks. It's DJI 450 clone frame. By the way, I was using the Q-Brain with that also before. So I transfer all my parts here, except actually just 2 parts. Just the 9X receiver and the Q-Brain. And I bought the frame and I bought motors and propellers with it. This is a set of motors that I got from Amazon. There are Emax 935 kV motors. They come with 10-inch props and nuts. And I bought a what is this? CC3D flight controller. Before I flew this, it wasn't a CC3D. It was still the KK2 because I wanted to reuse most of the parts. But it completely failed. It crashed. Wasn't flying good. It was very unstable. Don't know why. Probably programming or just don't know why. And I crashed it and it just completely destroyed the controller. It still works, but there's no more controls. I can't adjust the configuration anymore inside because this is how you configure it. You just press these buttons. Anyway, and then I bought the this flight controller, the CC3D, and this thing flies great. The thing is, I'm a beginner pilot, so it's a little bit too big for me and a little bit scary. I already injured my finger. There was 2 cuts here, one here, one here. It's all healed up now. Yeah, I made a mistake of setting it up with the props on and it spooled up and all bad. So when you're working in a quad, remove the props. Yeah, but when I was building this quad, I've been playing with the Hubsan X4 just to practice. So I bought this Hubsan X4 from Amazon. I think it was $38 for this whole set. Comes with extra batteries and extra props and all that. And I bought these guards separately along with batteries and stuff. So I got to practice with this in my room and in the garage and wherever I go, really, even at work. So when I moved on to the big one, I was a little bit better, but still not very good. I think combined flight time I have probably less than 10 hours. So I'm still very new. And also these two that I built, none of them had to be soldered. They're all plug and play. As you can see, the Q-brain is one whole system, 4 ECs in there. Comes with leads already to go through your motors, and they're just banana plugs that plugs in directly to your motor. So no soldering needed there. I didn't need to program it. Oh, actually I flashed this with BLHeli just recently because people were saying BLHeli is good, and I wasn't flying with it. I guess it flies better. Can't really tell because I'm a new pilot. And in the flight controller, there's just this wiring harness from the CC3D and goes directly to the receiver. One wire equals one channel over there, PWM mode. And from the ESC, just 4 wires goes plug in directly to the CC3D. So no soldering involved. It's just everything's just plug and play. Screw it in, fly it, a little bit of programming in Libre Pilot or Open Pilot, and that's it. So this is a little bit scary to fly because it's so big, and I already injured myself. And I've been looking online, and a lot of people are building racing quadcopters. So I went ahead and bought all the parts, but I still wanted to build my own frame. So these are the parts that I'm going to be using. And that is my frame. It's my own design, but as you can see, it's very similar to the QAV210. That's because I based it off that. I was looking at the photo of that while designing this, but all the measurements were all measured by me. Make sure they all clear the props, everything fits here, the angles of the arms, those are all mine. Basically, I just wanted to see what a final quadcopter would look like and design everything from scratch from there. This is a 4mm frame, and these are 2mm, those sidewalls, and then this is top plate, and these are standoffs. Eventually I'm going to be machining this out of carbon fiber or G10 or something in those lines. Anyway, we'll get to that later. First, the Taranis. Everyone is talking about the Taranis. I have no experience with the Taranis. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it can do, but everyone says it's the best, so I bought it. This is the Taranis Plus. It comes with the transmitter and the receiver, the 8XR receiver. And I think as a set, comes with a case. I think it was $230. It wasn't too bad. And then I went ahead and bought another receiver, the XSR, because my friend recommended this receiver, and he said it's really good. It comes with telemetry and all that. Don't know what that means. Don't know how to hook it up yet. I'm still learning all this. I don't know how to set up anything yet. The only thing I've done with this transmitter is update the firmware and connect this transmitter, bind this transmitter with the this receiver with this transmitter, and just tested it with the servo, plugged in the servo there and battery, and it works. At least for these 4 channels, it works. Yeah, everything's a new learning experience for me, so everything's gonna be done from scratch. I'm gonna be learning all these firmwares, software, all that, updates. Moving on, my motors I'm gonna be using is Lumenier 2300 kV. Sorry, right here, 2300 kV. I think this is model RX2204. I'll put a link to the website or where I got these, or model numbers, all that. So I got 4 of those. It's got 5mm shafts, and you just plug in a lock nut on top and you're good to go. I'm going to be using 5-inch props, bullnose props. These are 5mm bores, and they just plug in directly to your motors. no adapters needed, which is great. And then that's it. Makerfire for my ESCs. I'm using Makerfire 20 amp ESCs. Again, from Amazon. I just went on Amazon, just plugged in, typed in ESCs, and that came up, and everyone seems to like it over there, so bought it. For my flight controller, I'm going to be using a NACE32 Rev 6. Again, I don't know how to hook this up. I'm going to be learning all that as I go. And then I bought this Matek. I think this is advertised as Usmile in Amazon. And I think your battery just plugs in here. Solders this in like that. Plug your battery in there, and then your ECs get soldered here, and you have 5 volt, 12 volt BEC to go to your receiver or your FPV camera or transmitter. So moving on to my transmitter, I'm going to be using this Lumenier TX5G6R 600 milliwatts. I have these two. I have this one here. I bought this a long time ago for my old project. I think this is from eBay, by the way. TS582000. It works with this receiver. I think this is a Bosscam RC805. There you go. It says right there. It works fine. I don't know about range because I just had to use it with a little rover that I made. But I hope this works with this transmitter. I don't know yet. I haven't tested it. For my camera, I'm going to be using a Lumenier 650 TVL. I think that means TV lines. I don't know anything about cameras, but people are saying 650 is good enough, and so I got this. For antenna, I got these I think it's IBCrazy 5.8 gigahertz antenna. And for my monitor, this one I got from eBay way back, I think 2 or 3 years ago. Let's see if it turns on. Yeah, it works with my old system with these two and a GoPro. I was using a GoPro with it. It works. And then you just plug in your charger there, video out, power in, all that. And then, yeah, oh, there's the model number, B1245N. That's how it looks like. I forgot how much I got it for. It was a long time ago. And now onto the frame. Oh, wait, one more, a battery. This is an old battery too. I need to buy new batteries. By the way, if you guys can suggest any good batteries, please post it on the comments. I don't know what's a good battery now. I think the new graphene technology battery, whatever, it sounds good on paper, but I don't know. I haven't read any reviews about it. So I'm going to be using this for now. Zippy 1320C discharge battery. And onto the frame. So my frame, 4mm thick frame, and the sidewalls and the top plate are 2 mils, and my standoffs here. I'll show you in the computer real quick on how it's going to be assembled. Oh, this is really bad. I should just use a screen capture. Oh, there you go. It's not so bad. It's going to be assembled like this. A few things that I put in here that's unique to my frame are these pockets here, these slots. So your motors will be plugged in here, and wires will come in there under the frame into this pocket, and then back up inside the frame here. So I don't know how well that's gonna work. It will probably fail. I'm planning on putting all my ESCs here, stacked here in this area by the front, and then everything just plugs in there. A flight controller in the middle here, and then battery maybe on top, and then my receiver. Is it receiver or transmitter? Yeah, radio receiver here, and my video transmitter somewhere maybe up here, and we'll see. I don't know if it fits. Oh, I think it fits. I measured them, and then I designed this frame based on their sizes, so I'm pretty sure it fits. I don't know if it's gonna be good or if it's gonna work. Sorry. So we'll see. Back to the frame right here. These are 3D printed, by the way, as you can tell, the lines, the layers and stuff. But this is just a prototype. I'm gonna be machining this eventually out of G10 or most likely carbon fiber if I find a good source for carbon fiber, good 4mm thick carbon fiber. Again, if you guys know any good source, please let me know. I don't know anything about it yet. I'm about to do my research on it, but I would really appreciate it if you guys can help me out picking out a carbon fiber or a G10 or websites and all that. What types? I've been seeing like numbers like 3K, 4K. I don't know what they mean. If you guys can let me know what they mean, what's a good one, 3K or 4K. Good balance between cost and performance. Yeah, so this, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to assemble this. I will just, there's plenty of those on YouTube already on how to assemble, program all this, calibrate, setting up. I'm just going to build it off camera, and then I'm going to show you guys how it looks after I build it. And then, so yeah, that's all going to be in the part 2 of the video, and some flight videos too. So again, show you guys an overview of what I have, and I will see you guys on part 2. Thank you. Okay, I just want to give you guys an update on my quad. I installed everything electronics, and everything that goes on the frame, except for the top plate and the standoffs, and my FPV system, which is the camera and transmitter. But everything on the frame is installed. This is how it looks like. The wires are still kind of messy. Well, I organized this as much as I could, but this is the best I could do because they're long wires and I need to snip them down. And this is my first build, so just leaving all the wires as is. So later, if everything works, I'll just cut them down to length, so everything will be just a little bit cleaner. And yeah, this is how it looks like before the top plate comes on. Everything's wired up, connected. I powered up the nays, powers up fine from the power distribution board. The camera, the space for the camera in the front, this is the front right here. It's kind of tight. Probably just gonna sit somewhere over there. And too much of the lens is sticking out, so, and yeah, there's not gonna be any protection if I crash. So I may lengthen this front part here just a little bit, maybe the top plate too, or just design a protection for the camera so it won't get destroyed when I crash. And for my video transmitter, I would probably just plug it in somewhere over here, maybe mounted on the top plate. Yeah, or maybe stacked over here. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, this is an update on my build. We'll be installing the standoffs and the top plate, and I'm gonna start it up for the first time. Alright, see you in a bit.